Listen. Have you ever wondered if anyone truly listens to what you're saying? Or is it just me? You're listening to Lofi Poli Sci. Oh yeah, Lofi Poli Sci podcast coming at you. I'm your host Michael Pickering, and I hope you're ready for another Tuesday's Top 10. That's right, we'll be talking about media freedom today, a topic I know everyone loves. And for our list, we'll be specifically looking at countries with the freest media systems in the world. And our list is brought to you by Reporters Without Borders, an international organization that ranks countries by their level of media freedoms and judges just how repressive some governments are when it comes to journalism. And we're using the 2020 list, even though Reporters Without Borders does have a 2021 ranking on their website. To that we say, shenanigans. 2021 isn't over yet. You can't put out a list like this until the end of the year. Anyway, let's hop to it, to our list. Coming in at number 10, Portugal. Number 9, New Zealand. Number 8, Switzerland. Number 7, Costa Rica. Number 6, Jamaica. And now to our top 5 media-free countries. Number 5, Netherlands. Number 4, Sweden. Number 3, Denmark. Number 2, Finland. And number 1, and the country with the freest media in the world, Norway. And it's always these Scandinavian countries that top our list for all the good things in life. Why is that exactly? What do Finland, Denmark, Sweden, and Norway have that we don't? I'll leave it to you to think about throughout the rest of your day. And no other surprise here with the inclusions of Switzerland, New Zealand, and Portugal as well, all Western industrialized democracies. But hey, what about Costa Rica and Jamaica being number 6 and number 7? Right? A bit of a surprise there, perhaps. I mean, Costa Rica shouldn't be, though. It is one of the freest and most democratic countries in the world. I mean, they don't even have a military in Costa Rica. That should tell you something. But what about Jamaica? Look into it today. I think you'll be surprised what else you can learn about Jamaica, other than Bob Marley and reggae come from there. And I know all of you are wondering, well, where the hell in the list does the U.S. fall? It has to be one of the freest media groups in the world, huh? Well, it's just below Taiwan and the Organization of East Caribbean States, and it's just above Papua New Guinea and Senegal. The U.S. is sitting right at number 45. That's right, 45 out of about 200 countries. So there's 44 other countries in the world that have a freer media than the United States. Now you know. But of course, we need to come back to that all-important question we face at the end of every list we do. And that's, why does this list even matter? And that, my friends, is quite simple and extremely important for our purposes of being a global news show. We need to know what countries have, or don't have, free media. So that way, when we hear news coming out of different places and different countries around the world, we know if it is, in fact, true or not. I mean, we can't answer that famous question, what's going on in the world today, if we get all of our news from countries with extremely repressive or oppressive and censored media systems. It's just not possible. And to that end, make sure you do tune in next week for the countries with the least free media systems in the world. Very interesting list right there. But I'll say this to send you on your way for the day. Often enough, people ask me, how do I know if a global news story is true or not? How do I know if reporting from around the world is credible? What is credible media? Or what are credible media? Media is plural, medium is singular. Now you know. But I mean, that's a great question. How do we know if a story is credible or not? And one way is repetition over an elongated period of time from trusted global sources. And generally speaking, if you see a story being covered in countries all over the world, from their own domestic news agencies all the way to their multinational news agencies, and all the facts of the stories are the same, then you know the event actually took place. So it's a true and real global news story. Now, I'm not talking about the narrative, I'm not talking about the frame or commentary or the analysis by the writers, journalists, or editors. No, all that shit's subjective and likely to change depending on where you are in the world. But the facts should be the same if it's a true story. For instance, let me give you an example. The global event, a new Afghanistan civil war has just started. The commentary, Western military pulling out of the country, triggered the civil war. You see the commentary right there? That's subjective as hell, and you can argue that point one way or another. However, the fact, a new Afghanistan civil war has just started. That's being reported around the world. That fact is not fluctuating. There is no variance on it. There is no one saying the Taliban and the government forces are at peace. The Afghan civil war is a current global event taking place. And because of the repetition in the way that the story is being covered, that fact is being covered all around the world and all the different countries of the world, it lets us know that this is, in fact, a global news story that is true. Now, next week, we'll give you a fun example of a global news story that kinda, straight up, it's some bullshit. But hey, that's for next week. And that's this Tuesday's Top 10 list. Check out this week's issue of Letters of the Lofi Poli Sci. Our theme, do people really read? Always remember that Lofi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. Peace and well-being to all my human beings out there. Much love and always the best. Pickering, signing off.